All right, hello everyone watching on YouTube. This is going to be Hidden Cup 5 finals. It's going to be me, Vasco the Hera, against Leary Komnenos. So this is the grand finals. They're about to begin. As far as what I think my opponent will do, these are my predictions. So we'll see if I'm right or wrong at the end of it. Game 1 is Evacuation, Mongols vs Dravidians. This is the sequence that I hope to see. So we have Mongols vs Dravidians. I hope to win that one because I have a much better set as my first pick.
Coming down, and another Rhino on the way. That's the second Rhino plus the boar. That's so much food available. We could see an insane uptime here from Vasco, and this is a rough position. It's just that the classic early aggression from Vasco, the control over the map, and it's smothering.
And this is Mongols for you as well. He's used the Mongols so perfectly here. Could that be two Vill picks? He's going to get the second villager pick here.
Oh, it's
Wait, no, he didn't get it. Is that the same Vill? I don't know if that's the same Vill that came out, but all the scouts go down. The villager survives, and actually Alexios really made out there.
Amazing in that game against Cosrow, but this is not great for him. He forgot about this wood line, walling up everything else, and he's now sending Spearman over to support against the scouts, but we know Vasco's not going to give this up. He's going to go for that villager and try and save as much HP as possible. That Vill dies.
And he's utilizing extra hunt from the Mongols behind us. There's deer that he could take, and he's milled that, and that's going to be another nice snipe. Ooh, that is such a creative play there from Vasco. He's used his galleys to kill the spears, and now his scouts can find another villager pick. That is so smart. How is Alexios going to be in Castle Age at 18 minutes on the back of a scout rush here?
And I guess the question now, when he gets to Castle Age, what do you transition into here for Vasco? Are you going to go for a greedy eco expansion or step lances, or is your opponent just going to resign?
Okay, that was amazing game 1. But again, according to plan, we had to win game 1. It was really good. We used our best civ. But I'm happy we took his Persians. I expected him to go Dravidians here. The fact that he killed his Persians were amazing. Okay, next game he says, let's go Mudflow. This is actually really smart from Leary. Now, if you think back to the draft, I have to guess if he's going to go Chinese or if he's going to do Byzantines. Thing is, if he goes Chinese and I lose, I'm fine with that. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to go Italians. And I expect him to go Byzantines here. If I go Italian and he's Chinese, I lose on the spot. But if he does that, then his Arabia civ is going to be weaker. If I know Leary correctly, I think he's going to go Chinese for Arabia, and he's just using it as a mind game. So I'm going to try to not fall for the mind game and go for the civ that counters what he's going to do, which is Byzantine.
Game number 2, and we speculated on civs, and we thought it was going to be Chinese for Alexios. He goes Byzantines.
But look at this. 2 villagers coming forward, and the walls are already going up from Vasco. But Alexios was tracking that, and Alexios has already walled in his 2 woodline villagers on this side. It's going to get difficult, though, because that lumber camp's in a really awkward position for him. He's sending another one around the other side. Like, he's going to fully wall in this lumber camp. Once again, falling behind on that scout war. But he's got the villagers to help, and Alexios takes it out. And now there's 2 villagers against 3. All of them have loom, and suddenly Alexios has managed...
Oh, God!
to get himself
that's
trapped.
A problem. It seems like Vasco, though, is repairing enough. Will kill that villager.
And he's going for the big walls.
Oh, boy. Well, that's better. Oh!
Oh,
no!
Oh! Now there's nothing. He opened the wall to try and save himself, and he wasn't thinking about the Empire. He wasn't thinking about, you know, the friends at home. He's sacrificed himself for absolutely nothing. Galley battle. He can just toss demos in to those choke points in front, right? And then have the damage from behind as another quick gate comes down.
It's dirty, dude. It is dirty, this Vasco guy. He'll kill all the skirms.
He paid such a high price for that woodline. Now he has to abandon it.
To secure the map, and the wood was the most important thing, and often is on Mudflow. And 24 minutes in, Alexios again taps out.
Yeah, that worked perfectly. My early game cheese didn't do anything. He was really well prepared there with the scout, and he walled it in. But I still walled in the lumber camp and made it messy, which is what I wanted. I wanted to take him off the clean game because I know he prepared clean game, and I don't want to play clean game. If I play clean game versus Leary, it's really difficult. He's really good. Not that he's bad in messy games, but, you know, just sometimes you get that psychological advantage. I know I'm going in with a messy game plan, and he doesn't, so I'm ready for it, and he might not be. Okay, next map is going to be Cup. Now, I don't have anything special planned. I've been taking the initiative the last 2 games. This one, I don't have anything planned. We're going to go ahead and let him decide what to do first, and I'm going to try to adapt. The reason I can adapt, I have the luxury of adapting here, is that I have top-tier civ and very flexible civ, so I have the luxury of being able to adapt. I don't need to take initiative here, but we have to react to his initiative and see what he does.
But the 2 villagers are going across with another dock.
I think he's doing it
Little
because
damage coming out
Vasco
of
is
that.
using the Japanese fish to block a lot of these shots, Dave. I think that's the reason. I do think continuing with fires, mixing in a demo is the safe play. And oh my god, the micro continues from Vasco. Right, the galley hasn't done too much. The scouts are contributing. The spears all went down. And while the scouts will go down as well, with 1 dock production, Vasco's been able to stay relevant on water here. No bow saw,
Like
no
Cav are going
horsecolor
under
for
the
Vasco
TC.
could be a
Oh,
problem,
God.
but the like have run in. I actually don't think this is... Ooh, losing the Mangonel would be horrible, but I don't think this is going to be that bad for Alexios if he has pikes on the way. He got his fires converted, Dave. He got his fires converted, but he did save the Mangonel, but everything else went wrong here.
That was a pretty clutch attack ground, though, on the Mangonel, and he's managed to keep it alive, and the pikemen are here. Can he repair with more? Can he repair with more? Vasco's trying to take it out. He does it. He does. Oh, no. An approach from the sides. And then you have to try and prevent your pikemen from being converted.
What's happening? There's so much happening. It's just not enough defense for Alexios. Vasco continues to just run circles around Alexios here. And the siege is taking out the TC, and this Mangonel as well is going to go down, and Vasco da Gama looks like he's prepped to maybe be able to win this game. We're going to have a castle from Alexios.
Early of denying all of the pressure here from Vasco, and now he needs to get value with this Mangonel. He gets
Oh my
one.
God,
He sends
that
all
was
the rest of the
disgusting.
villagers. This is a massacre.
That was disgusting. That micro there from Vasco was disgusting. He pretty much had already won the game with his position, but he wins the game with even more style. Vasco da Gama goes up 3-0 here.
God, that was a good game. Wow. Really made me work for that one because the water was lost, and that's really annoying because when you lose the water, you lose all these buildings, so I was a bit stressed. I did 3 TC first, which is really a bit greedy, by the way. I think 2 TC plus siege push is much better. I could afford bow saw and horse collar. I had to skip those 2 upgrades. So I was really hoping the push can work, and my god, did it work. It was an amazing, amazing push. This is why I don't really like the pike defense versus knights. The siege monks comes, and then the pikes are completely useless. It's a hard position. I mean, this is the weakness of Dravidians, right? When they have to fight on land, I always siege push Dravidians. There's no threat. They don't have knights, and they're kind of screwed. So on to next game. Okay, next one is High Tides. We have Malians here. I think he's going to go Lithuanians, but honestly, he still has Mongols. I don't think he'll go Mongols, so I think he's saving Mongols for probably Bay. So we have to still stay focused because, like, he has, if he wins this one, he has Civ 1 on Bay and Civ 1 on Arabia. So I know I'm 3-0. It's looking really good. And, oh, I have to take the cat out. And chat is probably going crazy. Oh, it's going to be 4-0. It's not like that for players. Like, you don't think like that. You don't think it's over till it's 100% over. Nothing special planned for this one. We're going to play a standard game. This will be actually the only like meta game so far, I think. We're going to play completely standard from home, most likely. But I'll adapt if need be.
It seems like Alexios doesn't want anything to do with these guys because these vills are so exposed. Like, now we're walling without the berries. You can wall between the wood line, and now, you know, the opponent comes in with something, and when you had all the time in the world to wall, there's aggression here from Vasco. Like, the start from Alexios was great, but now Vasco is able to get some damage in that he probably didn't think he was going to find, and he'll be happy.
So they're going to have relatively even knights here. The forging advantage is there for Vasco, but Vasco is grabbing those relics, and he's denying the Lithuanians player the extra attack. So it's already 3 relics in from Vasco. That's insane.
Okay, so this now just becomes a monk battle, actually, because neither player has leftover scouts, and both players are in the frame of mind of monk, knight, monk, knight, monk, knight. Let's see how their conversions are. You got to get the conversions here if you're Alexios, and Alexios' monks are on the front. And this might be GG. This might be a 4-0 final here. Hidden Cup 5. We have a panic TC from Alexios behind us, and his knights are not armored in the same way. Vasco da Gama's +2 armor will mean that the TC will not kill those knights quickly. And if he has weak knights, he might even pull them back to those monks that are just waiting. Not the dream final for anybody except for Vasco da Gama here. If he runs through and kills those villagers, and the GG is called, Vasco da Gama is the champion of Hidden Cup 5, and Alexios congratulates him.